So what would you say to people who want to see these supernatural beings or other specific beings for themselves?
Ugh, don't try. It's a hell of a school to get there.
Be
Um,
careful what you wish for.
be careful what you ask for. It can be very disconcerting. And I've gone through a lot of physical illness, a lot of mental structuring, feeling like I was going just batshit crazy because spirit will change your neurology and your ability to receive and to project frequency in certain ways. You will be attuned to certain signatures that can do a lot of damage to you. So you need the guidance, you need the protection of that. But there's nothing wrong with asking, but it may not be your path. They're always there. I think and I mean everybody on the planet has seen these beings, and we say, well, that's just not there, or I made that up. And that's one of the main reasons for me writing this book about supernatural beings is saying you're really not making it up, because it's surprising when you see things happen and you didn't force that to happen or play it like it's a movie. When you see it happening, it can be surprising. It can be shocking.
What I hear you saying is don't look for extra stress if you don't want to be stressed, and that we might just not want to see it. Our minds don't let us see it because we have enough chaos to deal with.
Well, we do. And, there will come a time that this is more, and it'll return when we are less industrialized and less focused on the material world, which is coming. We've got some events, I think, coming up in October that might shake us to our roots, and that's fine. We'll be fine. But these things are all to join the two worlds, just like allopathy and Ayurveda, the two different kinds of medicine. They kind of meet in the middle these days. We're doing better with that. But it's 2 steps forward and 1 step back. We can't just make these huge global shifts and expect everybody to be on board, because you have people of all different race structures living on this planet, people of all different ethnicities, belief systems, spirituality, religion, mental prowess or not. So we're dealing with everything here. It's a big old ball of wax, and it melts very slowly.
That's a good analogy. Things don't need to be in a rush.
If I had known, what can I say to help? If I had known 50 or 60 years ago that it was going to take this long to develop Zoliart, oh my God, I wouldn't have been able to deal with that. That's why we're not told. I wouldn't have known what to do. I didn't have the neural anatomy. I didn't have the transmitter connections. I wasn't mature enough, that is for sure. I was going through learning about my social network, my sexuality, my brain composition, all of the stuff that you learn as a child becoming an adult before your Saturn return. Oh my God. Before the brain is bathed in these wake-up calls. But I didn't know that then, and I think about that a lot. But I did have the ability to listen. And I think if folks maybe try to listen more or to ask for help and to say, what's appropriate for me? Can you give me guidance on how to be more in touch with maybe my dreams, my this, my that? But then be ready for what comes. It doesn't mean that you're going to get it. But I think these subtleties will develop as we become less technological. We become kinder and more communicative. What in the future, are we each going to have 2-foot-long thumbs for these phone devices? What is happening with us? Well, every age, I was talking to my hairdresser today, and I said, I remember growing up when the Beatles came out. Oh my God, in the 60s, they were like Satan on a stick. They have long hair. They are evil. And Elvis was certainly evil. Now that's absolutely ridiculous. I'm waiting for the mullet to come back in fashion. Business in the front, party in the back. To me, that was the best hairstyle ever.